Part 1. White Clouds. Horsebow Moon. Rumors of a Reaper. As cold air begins to creep in from the north of Fargus, Fódlan welcomes the riches of fall. The women spend their days reaping the golden fields, gratefully embracing the bounty the goddess has once again provided. The men venture into the wilds with horsebows and empty sacks ready to be filled with game.
No, the deer!
Oh no.
I'm almost convinced then that, I don't know, we'll have to see if the deer is in fact in all 3 of the cutscenes for the houses, or if it changes. Because it would be a lion and it would be, but that's not game. People wouldn't be killing a lion for food.
Mm-hmm.
As I believe you are already aware, Seteth's younger sister Flayn has gone missing. At present, all we know for certain is that she has not left Garreg Mach.
Flayn is not the type of person to just wander off on her own without telling me where she is going. We have searched the monastery thoroughly, but have found nothing. I am now mobilizing the knights to begin searching the town. Troubling rumors have been running rampant lately. I do not wish to consider the worst, but...
Wait, has she been taken by the Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Or the Death Knight?
Yeah. Troubling rumors?
There are rumors of someone prowling the streets and attacking innocents night after night. The knights have investigated the matter. They have not discovered any remains, nor have they found any concrete evidence.
The people are panicked. They all insist someone called the Death Knight is coming to claim their souls with his blade. There is no way she could have escaped unscathed if she were captured by such a fiend. Where is she?
Seteth, recall that impatience begets error. Please do your best to calm yourself. I think of your sister as family as well. You know that. You have my support. We will devote ourselves fully, mind, body, and soul, to recovering her.
Wait a minute.
Your
Think of
sister.
your ... sister as family as well. So they aren't related?
They might not be blood related.
No. What? And notice how she called, well, he called her Rhea rather than Archbishop upon first arriving.
Mm-hmm.
Are the trio of them... Are they of some relation to one another, or are all 3 of them immortal? What's the deal? That would explain all of the green. What do you think?
I know. We'll find out.
Professor, your mission for this month is to help find Flayn. The knights have the town covered, so I ask that you focus your efforts on searching the monastery again.
I like that perfect
We do
gradient.
not have time to waste. You have your orders.
When the 3 of them
What?
are in the same room,
Flayn is
everything
missing?
smells minty.
So finding Flayn is our mission for the month, I take it?
Wait. Who's Flayn?
Seteth's little sister. Surely you've seen her flitting about the monastery. She is the girl who looks about the same age as me, but seems well beyond her years. Seteth is much older than Flayn. He's always looking out for her. He must be worried sick. If I were to go missing, I can't imagine what that would do to my brother.
When searching for something, it's best to start by gathering information. Hopefully someone has seen Flayn.
Did you notice how Lysithea was like, she looks as old as me, but seems wise beyond her years? They're immortal. What do you think?
I don't know.
Are
yeah,
they,
maybe.
Are they related to the
I mean, they could be dragons.
Seiros, or...
They could be dragons. That's usually the answer.
Wait, will dragons all have green hair in this series?
Yeah?
Well, what about their pointed ears? Where did they go? Or actually, haven't you noticed they've all covered their ears?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Host tea party. That would explain the age situation. Almond
You
blend.
have my
And the lack
thanks
of
for giving me
ears.
your spare time. I have gratitude.
I know nothing about her. This is going to be an awkward tea party.
Perfect
Or
temperature.
we'll ace it through blind luck.
Yes.
Okay, how about the working together as someone you look up to?
Probably working together.
Inspirational.
Okay.
What?
How about
Hopes?
hopes for your future?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely view from the bridge. Maybe?
Sure.
Yes. Next, I will be studying, training, researching, sparring. I am having a lot to do.
Okay.
Probably chat.
Sure.
I have regret.
Nope.
I
will be
Oh, well.
waiting happily for you to be inviting me again.
probably praise for all
I
her
mean-
training.
Still worked out relatively well, and my charm went up. And so did hers.
It's terrible how we completely bombed Flayn's, didn't we?
Yeah.
Missed absolutely every opportunity. We got the type of tea correct. We knew that she liked sweets, but we knew absolutely nothing about her and what to talk about.
So apparently we have to be careful where we can accidentally skip the whole month.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I don't want to do this. Because I gotta certify X's, so... Oh, shoot! I can't certify X as anybody else!
You haven't trained up enough?
I gotta get his riding skill up.
What
There's-
does the armored knight look like?
Oh. I think we saw it. It's not actually... I mean, it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that weird. But no, I'd probably go for, like, Cavalier next. Because Brawler would be weird. Dark Mage. Well, that actually... I mean, except for the weird skull loop.
Mm-hmm. The priests actually wear cool looking armor.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, none of the dudes can be, None of the dudes can ride Pegasuses in this one. I guess it's fair.
Oh, is it just a class that's always fallen to Valkyries or
Generally,
something along
yeah.
the lines? That's why they don't have them?
I could try a 28% attempt. I could, or I could train his riding skill, which is something I want to work on anyway. So...
Oh my. Just one small girl who's gone astray has caused all this. We cannot let this stand. You must do all you can to find out where she's gone. Now ask around to see what information you can find. Come now, no time to waste.
So are you sure she's not related to you somehow? Have you ever seen any more green-haired entities like yourself? Of course, what would she respond with? I have no memory beyond this place.
Yeah, probably something not helpful.
Just that throne.
I hope you're up for a challenge.
I poured my heart out into this letter. I'd like you to deliver it for me. To whom, you ask? Well, he's always working his hardest, and he's not very upfront with his true feelings, but he's got an adorable way about him. Interesting. We're being an errand boy for love letters.
Ooh, Advanced Seal.
Nice.
That's a little bit premature, but I am glad to grab one of those.
Is that a kind of high priest class or a dancer class? It looks
No,
peculiar.
that actually looks like the brigand. This is the same.
Oh, for ladies though?
Yeah,
Huh.
I think so.
Hello.
No, I'm talking about Marianne's. It's just really weird
Oh,
looking.
yeah, that's Dancer.
There is a dancer class?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. So we might as well get the mission from Claude immediately.
No sign of her leaving the monastery, huh? That is, assuming we can actually trust that information.
Oh, but I'm sure this space has no shortage of secret passages and hiding spots.
True. For now, there's not much we can do aside from making a thorough search of the monastery.
Let's ask around and see what we turn up. You never know who might have seen something.
Can I ask you a favor?
I wish we could do more for Flayn, but since we got no leads, our only option is to search the monastery with a fine-tooth comb. Someone must know something.
I'm just brought back to Spaceballs with the comb the desert. Remember?
I'm so disappointed they never made a second one. At the same time, I totally understand why.
It was a Star Wars parody.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Spaceballs 3, The Search for More Money. Or is it 2? I don't know. It would have been great if they skipped.
Flayn is missing. We should split up and search for her. There isn't a moment to waste. We must find her before it's too late.
Oh, they did make an animated series that followed it.
Really?
Huh.
Ah.
Let's see. I have thoroughly surveyed the entire monastery, and yet I have not found a single trace of evidence that suggests Flayn was abducted. Perhaps we must seek out personal recounts rather than physical evidence. In any case, we must hurry before something terrible happens.
I've heard the monastery is full of secret passages. If there is no sign of Flayn's departure, it is possible that she used one of those. Whatever has happened, I hope she is all right.
What would her motivations be? Unless she discovered something. Unless it really was the Death Knight.
She probably got kidnapped.
In a bid to hold her as ransom.
Where could Flayn have gone? Do you think she's really been kidnapped? I hear Tomas has been going around asking about her. But he's probably just worried like the rest of us. Though it wasn't just Flayn. He was asking about you and Captain Gerald, too.
Tomas.
The librarian.
Right. Does this have to deal with the relics and the... Do we know what Flayn's crest was? If they were even nobility, or if they...
Well, we'll find out as we go along, probably.
If Flayn were taken hostage, I expect we would have received demands from the culprit by now. Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. Do you suppose she could have simply run away? What could it be then? What possible motive could there be to abduct her?
Because, yeah, no way she could have run away.
Unless she found veritable proof that there was some manipulation going on with Rhea and... I don't know.
I doubt...
Nah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, I could see Claude going off the walls like that. Or, like, many of the other... Oh, right, I gotta check the rooms. I could see Claude going off the walls like that. I could see... You know, some of the more minor characters, maybe. Our character, Gerald. But I gotta check real quick every room. Sometimes people have books. And I gotta read books, because that's the easiest and best way for me to level my professor level.
Well, there's tons in this room, but,
yeah, but none for,
none
me
for
to
your
read.
eyes. Oh, there's a skin on the ground.
Flayn's not in here! I guess I have to let you in to prove it, don't I?
Huh. You know, I was expecting more from her room.
What does she have? Just rugs?
Yep.
Or she's been...
Rugs.
Oh, maybe she's been knitting. And she likes stuffed animals.
Cute.
See? No one's in Bernie's room but Bernie. Maybe Flayn just wanted to be alone for a while. Have you considered that? Come to think of it, where is her room anyway?
Yeah, we could try to find out where her room is. Would it be in the main tower?
I don't know.
Probably
I've been
where the
looking for
teachers
this.
are, right?
Thank you so much.
What did you give her?
Needle and thread.
Ah,
Belongs to
yeah.
someone who hides away doing needlework.
Yes. Well, we discover that she does in fact do needlework.
Why did you think this was mine?
Never mind then.
The Encyclopedia of Sweets. I think we're fine with this.
Yep. Because I would like to start recruiting students. Oh, right. I forgot. Do we want to take a short break from these? Because we have a lot of support conversations to have with people.
Just to talk with people?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna save.
Why do you have to say before the
I
support?
guess I don't have to. Anyway, we still have a support conversation with Lorenz that we should see.
Okay.
Professor, I understand that you were looking to speak with me. Perhaps you would like some insight on how to write your next lecture? While I do have a great many ideas, it would be inappropriate to... Oh, am I mistaken? If that's the case, then what can I do for you?
Wait, what about the female students?
I have no idea.
Why is your character inquiring about this?
I don't know, but it's about the female students.
The ladies have complained? To you? About me? Preposterous. There must be some mistake. I am the heir of the noble house Gloucester. It is bred in me to treat all people with respect. Rest assured, you will not find anyone more upstanding than yours truly. Perhaps the issue is that the splendor of my noble presence is driving the ladies to distraction. If that is the crime, I do confess. I hope I've not troubled the ladies' hearts unduly.
Oh, really? He has been making advances against them?
Apparently. It is your advances they seem to find troubling.
Outrageous! That's absurd! Who would dare to allege such slander?
A number of female students, actually.
Of all the... Well, I suppose I have offered several of them the honor of dining with me. It is
The
impossible
honor?
to tell if even the most well-bred young lady is a suitable companion for me, merely by the sight of her. So, in order for us to get to know each other properly, it is appropriate that we dine together. Thus far, they have all declined, oddly enough. For some reason, they seem to be exercising some form of restraint when speaking with me. I would never insist, of course. But I will admit I have, on occasion, after a day's pause, issued repeat invitations, in the fashion and style of a gentleman.
Harassment! But really, it's just... Did you hear that language? Well-bred. He's treating them like chattel.
He sees their crest and he wants a piece of that action. So is he worse than Sylvain? Yeah, actually. So I saw some clips of Sylvain's, and not exactly spoilers for the guy, but part of the reason why he's a womanizer is because actually a lot of women are approaching him because he's got a crest and they don't, and he's tired of people treating him like a piece of meat, so he kind of responds in kind.
So, you're saying
But
that
he's also still kind of a bit of a womanizer.
he's taking the initiative, what?
Sort of. So effectively, because he's got this prestigious crest, and is an attractive dude, people are trying to get with him.
So he wants to do so on his own terms, awkwardly enough?
Well, no, he forms no attachment to these women.
Okay.
Because they're not there for him, they're there for his
power.
crest. Yeah, exactly. We'll see once we start recruiting him, because I should be able to.
It's all about the motivations. And if his motivation is to find someone of noble breeding, to accompany me and be my companion.
I think
really?
Lorenzo is just hopelessly out of touch. Or Lorenz. I mean, that hairdo? Yeah. Anyway, that is the problem.
What? Ridiculous! Dinner invitations from me a problem? The very idea. I am a perfect gentleman, the son of a noble line. I've a wit like a rapier, and it takes but a glance to see that I'm gorgeous. No, I cannot believe such a thing. Are you sure this isn't the result of some sort of scheme? It cannot be otherwise. Someone has clearly devised a conspiracy against me. Someone who envies my position, who seeks to soil my sterling reputation with foul rumors. How crude. Please, Professor, it is beneath you to fall victim to such petty and obscene tactics. I implore you to take greater care in the future. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a great deal of work to do. Farewell.
Must invite every lady to dinner and tea. Every day.
The dude is... No means no.
Well, now let's see how he responds to everyone else.
You. Just what are you up to?
Well, if it isn't Lawrence.
Yes, it is. Try not to sound so affronted. And you're just whimsically wandering the monastery grounds again, I suppose?
Oh, naturally. After all, I really do adore the Garrick Mock Monastery.
No, I think not. That impish look on your face does not suggest innocence. You are up to something.
Lawrence, control yourself. Let's not start throwing around baseless accusations. It's not proper. This monastery is packed with 1,000 years of history. Well, 5 years shy of 1,000 if we're going for accuracy. Those pillars, these walls, even the floor, they've all seen more than we can possibly imagine. Our distant ancestors may have walked these very halls. Doesn't that excite you?
Perhaps if this were a discussion about art, but I'm afraid walls and floors are not sufficiently interesting to hold my attention. Nor will they suffice to distract me from what is plainly suspicious about you. House Regan was on the brink of collapse until they suddenly revealed you as their legitimate heir. That was only a year ago. Where were you before then? Are you even a true heir to House Regan?
If I weren't truly of House Regan descent, how do you imagine I acquired my crest?
A crest is insufficient. I am referring to your noble disposition or lack thereof.
Well, that's what I came here to hone, after all. I can only hope that you will assent to instruct me in the art of snobbery, Professor Lawrence.
I do not think you grasp the significance of the responsibility you bear. Do you even know what it means to lead the Leicester Alliance? I take no pleasure in saying this, but much of the chaos in our ranks right now is due to the failings of House Regan's leadership. I intend to set things right, and once I expose you for the fraud you are and reclaim my rightful place, that is precisely what I will do. To be blunt, it would have been better had you never shown your face here.
Ew.
Sheesh, that guy. He just can't be reasoned with.
I think
Well,
we
wasn't
should
it
keep
true-
score and see how many of these is just Lawrence being awful to everybody.
Well, okay, so wasn't it true that Lorenz's father wanted to be the leader of the Alliance and something, but Regan was favored instead?
Mm-hmm.
And were it not for Claude coming forth as an heir, it's possible that Gloucester, whatever that other house was, would have taken up the reins.
So you wonder if Claude is an illegitimate child. Claude's mother was Duke Regan's daughter, who
And
ran off to live a life on her own.
She essentially exiled herself, and in the meantime had Claude with a mystery man that no one knows the identity of.
So he's a legitimate child in the most illegitimate manner possible.
Well, back in those days, legitimacy was formed pretty much only through marriage. If you had children outside of that marriage that was sanctioned by, your family and for political reasons and whatever, then those children would be illegitimate. They could still, however, have claim to your throne if everyone else was cast aside, but in favor of a child that was born of the marriage, a legitimate marriage between members of the family, then no, like that illegitimate child would never be able to rise in the ranks. But I mean,
Yeah. So are we doing all the support conversations? We don't have to do all of them at once.
no,
but
wait a
we
minute.
should start doing
Does this
them.
mean that Lorenz is having an opportunity to talk with each of these people?
Yeah.
So that's what this is. We're just having the characters talk to each other,
Which means snack break.
which means snack time. Okay, more of Lorenz being catty and pompous
And
to
more bagel chips.
practically everyone else.
Or pretzel chips.
He's probably going to mock Raphael on his emphasis on strength.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we're going to do Lorenz, and then we'll probably switch to Claude, and then we'll leave the other characters for, like, next
Other
free period
breaks
or something.
Yeah. So Lorenz is going to be like,
I just want to get through Lorenz's, so, like...
Raphael, you have no finesse. You're a blundering buffoon. Raphael's going to be like, hey! At least I'm not a pretty twig. Well, let's keep going. Let's see.
Oh, their support levels do not increase while there's a conversation ready, so it's smart to do them all right away. Well, never mind then.
Oh.
I buckle in, grab some snacks, eat some food.
Grab some snacks.
Meat is the best! Veggies and fish are great too, but there's nothing like a good cut of meat.
May I join you?
Hey, Lawrence! You here to eat? It looks like you barely grabbed anything.
Please, this amount will suffice for me. There's no need to compare our portions.
No wonder you're so skinny. My little sis eats more than you. Come on, have some of mine. You need it more than I do.
You offer me half-eaten scraps? The nerve! With manners like that, even a nobleman would be an absolute disgrace. Have you no dignity?
You're pretty touchy, huh? It's probably just because you're hungry.
Raphael, please, do you mind? I cannot enjoy the simple pleasure of a meal in these conditions.
Why can't you enjoy your meal? You don't like what's on the menu? You wait here. I'll go to the kitchen and find something tastier for you.
That won't be necessary. Please, just let me eat. In peace. Alone.
I don't think you get it, Lawrence. Nothing goes with a meal better than good company. If leading the Alliance is your goal, you should really try eating with other people first.
I'm afraid I fail to see the connection between leadership and dining.
If you want to be a leader, you have to know how to get along with different types of people, right? If you really want to get to know someone, all you have to do is share a meal with them.
Quite the contrary, unfortunately. It seems the more time I spend eating with you, the less likely we are to become friends.
The more you eat with someone, the more you learn about them. Their likes, their dislikes, you know? You might get some of their food that way too. You can eat more and bulk up. All that talking made me hungry again. I'm gonna go get seconds.
What an absolute bother. But I suppose he does have a point about observations of character at the dinner table.
And thus was born his incessant desire to ask every female member of the nobility to eat at dinner. It's all Raphael's fault, guys.
All Raphael's fault. I like Raphael. He's fun.
Raphael was just... He was just too pure there. He was just too good. But no, really. Don't you notice how he said, the best way to get to know people is over a meal?
Yeah?
And so that's what planted the seed. Lorenz took it to heart, and he realized, yes, I shall vet any potential ladies that I care to court by having a meal with them. Can you imagine? That's it. That's how it
Ignatz,
starts.
let us take a short break. I will pour tea. Please choose a teapot for us to use.
You want me to pick one?
I don't see any other Ignatz around here, do you? Go on now, we're wasting time. The pots are over here. I will leave the selection to your judgment.
Let's see. How about this?
That's rather plain. Why did you choose that one?
The tea you chose has a very subtle taste, as well as a smooth, light texture. Such an unassuming tea calls for an unassuming pot, and one that complements the tea's color. In addition, the pot I selected has a floral design. Although we can't go for a walk today, we can still bask a little in nature's beauty.
Very interesting. You know, you have an absolutely marvelous aesthetic eye. Precisely what I would expect from the son of a merchant house that has enjoyed the Gloucester's patronage for so many years. After we graduate, when you begin your trade in earnest, I will introduce you to my father.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. But I'm afraid I'm already on the path to becoming a knight.
Ah, right, you are a second son. Still, your eye for beauty is a talent that should not go to waste. Very well. If you are to be a knight, then I shall happily take you into my service.
Ah, well...
What, does that displease you?
Not at all. I just need a little time to think it over.
His eye for the arts is unwavering, but in all other matters he is woefully indecisive.
No, he just doesn't like you. You Roswell Gray.
So, don't go to it. Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Do we, Michelle? Do you see how many conversations
Yes,
we have to go
but
through?
you know, it was impressive that Ignatz was explaining precisely why he chose that particular tea set for the tea.
Oh yeah,
it was really.
No, Ignatz
it
is great.
It's interesting because Lorenz mentioned, oh yes, you are the second son. It implies that Ignatz's older brother is going to inherit his father's mercantile business.
Correct. Which is why he's here to become a knight.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen battering rams that are less pushy
But yes,
than
this is where I'm subtly starting to get the lore that I've been looking for. It's just unfortunately through Lorenz's eye. Well,
we'll get more.
Let's keep going.
Lysithea, do you have a moment? There is a matter of significance I'd like to discuss with you.
I know you're always seeking the attention of ladies, but why are you wasting your breath on me?
Don't be silly. I want to discuss the future of the Alliance, to have a constructive and candid exchange of opinion.
I'm not so sure I'm the one being silly. Actually, I'm busy. Stuff to do.
Now, hold on just a moment. House Ordelia will never benefit from such a narrow-minded mentality.
I was under the impression you were interested in me as a person. What do house matters have to do with anything?
As it stands, the bonds between Alliance lords are quite weak. If this state of affairs persists, I'm afraid those bonds may dissolve entirely.
I couldn't care less.
House Ordelia may be small, but a small house is fettered by fewer obligations than a larger one. Apply yourselves actively in diplomacy, negotiate wisely, and you could do much to help maintain peace among the neighboring lords. The recognition of those lords would benefit your house immensely. To that end, why not start with me, the heir to House Gloucester? It couldn't hurt for us to become friends, could it?
Yes, of course, when the time comes. But right now, I'm quite busy. Maybe later. As it is, I'm studying magic for the benefit of the Alliance, and I would appreciate it if you left me to it.
Ah, I see. Then forgive the intrusion. I will take my leave of you for now. But if there is any way I can be of help to you or your house, I hope that you won't hesitate to ask. After all, as I'm sure you know, the future of the Alliance is my responsibility.
The future, he says. As though I have a future.
Ooh.
Oh no! Does she have a terrible disease or something that's going to cut short her life all too soon?
Or she's worried about getting married off to somebody.
Oh, no, that's true too if she's from a small house.
Hello, Marianne. You're well, I hope?
I am, Lorenz. Thank you.
I cannot help but notice you do not look it.
Is that so? I feel fine. Was there something you needed?
It would have been great if it just ended
How
there.
unseemly of me. My apologies. It is not my intention to stare.
Does something about me seem off?
Oh, not at all. I was just remembering your father. Or rather, comparing my experience of him to you. Your father, Margrave Edmund. He is one of the shrewdest nobles in all the Alliance, with a noted gift for pointed speech. On and beyond the battlefield, his words have the power to move friend and foe alike. My own father has said he would not want to make an enemy of him. Naturally, I am of the same mind. Your father is blessed with gifts of confidence and eloquence, yet compared to him, you seem always reticent and downcast. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cause you discomfort. It's just that the contrast between you and your father is striking.
I have very little in common with my adoptive father.
But he sent you to Garreg Mach. Clearly, he sees potential in you. I think I see it too. Yes, a certain charm, gravitas, if you will. Just like him. Oh.
I can't say that I know too much about him. I should be going now.
Yes, of course. Please, take care. Oh, such grace, such serenity. How could such a beauty be hiding in plain sight? With a little polish, she would shine magnificently.
Yeah.
Polish. Don't.
He wants to show her his Polish sausage.
Wander. No.
He's creepy as shit.
Lawrence, at it again.
Hello, Hilda. Are you training too? If that's the case, I may have to revise my opinion of you. Increased strength and skill would serve as perfect complements to your beauty and esteemed lineage.
No, I just left something here. I don't share your tireless work ethic. You're quite something. I don't think I've ever seen you take a break.
When the fate of all the Alliance rests on your shoulders, the rigors of training seem paltry by comparison. Besides, when my admirers see that even an individual of my talent possesses a diligent work ethic, it is sure to inspire them.
I see, but I was wondering... Never mind, you're clearly busy.
Oh, is there something you require? What do you need? There is nothing I cannot handle.
Well, the trouble is, I'm no good at fighting. I'm a fragile young lady, not a fearsome warrior. I didn't even want to join the academy, honestly. My brother made me.
Of course. For a delicate flower such as yourself, no doubt battle must present a terrible hardship.
It does. It truly does. So I was wondering if, in the next training session, you do my fighting for me? I mean, I can put on a tough, I'm actually fighting kind of air, but that's not quite enough on its own.
Please, leave all of the difficulty to me. I shall permit no harm to befall you.
I'm so happy. In that case, I'll focus on giving a convincingly soldierly performance. You know, Lawrence, you're a good guy. Not that I'd have expected anything less from a noble.
With each of your foes that I vanquish, I shall only become ever stronger. Yes, leave it all to me.
What a guy. And all I had to do was ask. Maybe I'll have a snack.
What a boob.
What? Why do you say boob? You know I have two.
No, Lorenz.
Yes, but why saying boob? Why
she
is
just absolutely manipulated him and he fell for it.
Yes, but
Hook,
why
line, and bull cut.
Why do you refer to a gullible person as a boob?
I don't know. It's a legitimate phrase. I don't know why. I don't think it has anything to do with like female.
I'm questioning the origin of.
You know what? I am too. Let's do this one and I'll look it up.
Okay, fine.
Hey, Lawrence, got a minute?
Certainly. I trust you're well?
Doing great. I found a load of old weapons, just got done hauling them out of storage.
Old weapons, you say? If there are any interesting swords in there, I would love to see them.
They might only be good for training, but with a little care, who knows? Here, have some oil.
And why exactly are you giving this to me?
Like I said, they need a little care. With a bit of maintenance, some of these will really shine.
Yes, I heard you. So why did you give me the oil?
It's for polishing, Lawrence. Don't tell me you've never polished a weapon before.
But that is hardly a task befitting someone of my station. If you had an exquisite blade, something of real historical significance to complement my noble heritage, that would be another matter.
In that case, appraise while you polish, you're bound to find something good working through these.
This seems as fine an occasion as any to air my grievances. I am a highborn noble. As such, it is my sworn duty to protect the common folk. I have no time for trivialities. What's more, you seem to be under the misapprehension that you can order me about. Please think carefully about how you speak to me.
I'm not ordering you around, and I'm not talking to you as a noble either. I'm asking you to help me with this, as a friend.
I am your friend, but I am also a noble. Those two qualities are not mutually exclusive.
Oh, good. Let's get to it then, buddy.
She didn't understand what he was saying at all.
Yep.
But was also pretty much proving his position to be wrong in the process.
So, I looked it up during that conversation. Boob did not originally refer to
Breasts.
women's breasts.
Okay, what was originally a boob?
So it's one of those slang term insults that kind of just came out of nowhere.
In what decade, in what year, in what century?
1600s. Give or take.
1600s? That's how old boob is? Okay, and what does it mean?
It's rooted in the Spanish word bobo, which means fool.
Okay.
You got a pair of fools on your chest. How does that make you feel?
Maybe it's because... Never mind. That's... I was just thinking about what people... No! I'm just thinking of... Puff Puff!
Puff Puff.
I don't know if people understand what the Puff Puff is.
It's Dragon Quest.
I was watching
watching
Wander playing Dragon Quest 2 and he mentioned Puff Puffs. And I'll go, what in the world is Puff Puff? And it's apparently you're supposed to puff puff with the dancer girls, but instead you touch two slimes? Is that just is that something that's
every
supposed
Dragon
to be
Quest
fooling around with them?
Many of the Dragon Quests have had Puff Puff. And they talk about it as though it's something salacious, because it is. Puff Puff is... Yeah, it has to do with women's boobs. I don't really know the... I don't know the specifics, because unfortunately, I've never looked it up. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know.
I don't know. This is making me laugh, cry. I'm going to...
But so they're like, would you care for a spot of, like... something puff puff. That was the phrase that I remember. But it was like in Dragon Quest 11. I don't even remember what it was in 11 now that I'm thinking about it. But in past games, they'll either have you like pat a pair of slimes instead of like a woman's chest, or like a burly dude's pecs, or so on and so forth, to keep it, safe for work and safe for kids. And
really?
Yeah.
Could you imagine though? A child that's played Dragon Quest Builders going up to their father and be like, Puff Puff! And just slapping his chest.
I mean... it wasn't in Dragon Quest Builders, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Wait, really?
They do have creepy massages, though.
Whoa, wait, so you're saying Puff Puff isn't from it?
Well, no, Puff Puff is a legit thing.
Okay.
It's a boob massage.
But wait,
I think.
So it doesn't come from Dragon Quest Builders?
No, it doesn't.
Well,
they just parody it super hard.
You-
Because it's a creepy thing from, like, Japanese culture.
So you called it Puff Puff.
No, Dragon Quest calls it Puff Puff as
Dragon
well.
Quest calls it Puff
But
Puff.
It's
Okay.
never the actual real thing. It's just this, like, joke parody version.
I heard something like this happened last year, too. Neither the culprit nor the missing student were ever found last time. Some people say it was the work of evil spirits.
Then it could be the same culprit.
I thought the same. Could there be a connection?
Wait, were there any other character conversations that we need to do? Or are you
Support?
just...
Oh, no, I just wanted us to talk about stuff. Well,
Oh.
we digested the Lauren's conversations.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I also just want to...
I do really like how they wrote his character, at least the cadence to his dialogue.
That's
Because that's definitely befitting of a noble. But it just... He seems to hold himself in such high esteem. He's constantly placing the burden of saving the Alliance on his shoulders and believing that it gives him the authority to
he
speak
believes
down
he's
to
going
everyone else.
to reveal Claude as a fraud.
Claude is a fraud.
Yeah, and that's...
And take over.
And then he's going to take over as the leader of the Alliance.